Hey guys, Connie here. So, throughout my streaming session a day ago, I accidentally finished the part of the main story where you get to try out Jiyan for the first time off stream. Yet, during that gameplay, I just noticed that the music that was used in this boss fight has changed. From dubstep battle mode on CBD2 to, well, I don't know how to describe it. But this is not the main focus as to why I made this video in the first place, because apparently there's a news circulating around the internet, the first censored patch of Wuthering Waves, and the reason behind this patch is kind of funny. Now again, as I mentioned this multiple times, that the purpose of this video is to share my opinions, regardless of what topics that relates to it, without inciting any hate or drama, unless you're doom posting or doing astroturf and such, in which this clip right here on one of my videos got uploaded on Chinese YouTube Bilibili, when I spoke about the fans apologizing to Genshin when Wuthering Waves had a bad launch. And I also like to bring up a topic about the thread on Reddit, discussions circulating in China saying they're apologizing to its competitor, Genshin Impact, and I was like, huh? Like, that's weird, but also funny, like, apologizing. Okay, Genshin had that same issue during launch and you don't apologize to Breath of the Wild. Now that Wuthering Waves has an issue at launch and now you're apologizing to Genshin Impact? That is absolute bias. Yeah, I did say that intentionally because it's stupid. Having a bad launch, that doesn't mean it's a bad game. You're just making a conclusion on the early basis of it rather than just play the game, try out some other things that this game has to offer. After that, then you can make a review about it, either positive or negative, unless there's a reason. You're just making a conclusion based on your feelings and the influence around you. That's why you get a lot of hate. I mean, there is nothing wrong about it unless if these delusional stands are acting offended, a bit immature, or getting paid by Hoyoverse to do so by astroturfing in-game, or acting like a victim. In reality, you're not. You're making yourself like a clown, that's why you're jobless, people laugh at you, and a failure to your parents. Anyways, we're getting sidetracked here, so let's focus to the main part of this discussion. So, this image right here that was shared on Twitter is the character named Scar, one of the antagonists of Wuthering Waves, accompanied by a mysterious red lady that almost sounded like Soneto from Reverse 1999. On the left side is the previous design, where there is a black tape on his crotch, in which in my opinion is part of an appeal and attraction towards players, but at the same time it's part of this design. Now on the right side is the updated version of Scar after the patch of the game. The black tape is no longer there, but instead replaced with the normal jeans like Exiles wore. With just a small thing, they're complaining and Kuro Games decided to redesign the character by changing its pants and added it on one of the recent patches in-game. Yet can they at least like hear us out first as a player outside of their domain before they make a decision about it? What the fuck? It almost felt like there is some sort of exclusivity that these games were like, whenever the Chinese community found something in their games that they played that are too inappropriate or too sensitive to speak even though they enjoyed it but doesn't want to say it, complaints and protests started to pop off. And also, let's not forget about that time when Shenhe from Genshin Impact was introduced and then you can see her navel on her see-through outfit until the Chinese players started to complain and then Hoyoverse then covered navel to avoid controversy. In the same way that happened on Honkai Impact 3rd anniversary when they released a video with all characters wearing a bodysuit, again for the 3rd anniversary. They're complaining and Hoyoverse decided to take it down and gave more compensation to the Chinese player base than the global ones. Zenless Zone Zero even had fan service on its early progress until they decided to tone down the fan service because they don't want to make another controversy, just like what happened on Honkai Impact 3rd. It's insane, I guess. Look, honestly, I don't mind if I see cleavage of Baiji, Yinlin, and even female rover because it had its appeal. Heck, even Jiyan and Kalchara's body had some appeal too. Like at the same time, it's part of the marketing and it's now gaining popularity these days. Why did Azur Lane become popular in the first place? Because they understood the player base, that's why they add more skins to the characters and more fan service to attract the newcomers, content creators and streamers as well. That applies to Snowbreak Containment Zone, they're now shifting the direction towards fan service, and it became popular as well. The same way that Nikkei did on fan service and also became popular too. Brown Dust 2 also had fan service and it became popular as well, slowly but surely. Blue Archive also got a mild fan service as well because of its popularity, again, the characters, their skin lines, and the community, which is us in general. You see what I'm saying? So, with all of these events happening in these past couple of weeks, so my question is it really necessary to have censorship in video games? To begin with, we might as well have to discuss the underlying issue, which is censorship, and that will be the challenge of balancing cultural sensitivity, regulatory compliance of the government, and creative freedom in the context of video game content, including gacha games with significant fan service, as I mentioned earlier. Now, remember what I said earlier about the Chinese player base when they see something small on the games they played, even though for us global players doesn't seem to bother us to a further extent? Even though they enjoyed it but doesn't want to get caught, they would literally start a fire and protest against the game studios like Hoyoverse to make a change to the characters based on the following reasons. Could be cultural sensitivity, as I mentioned earlier. Could be social problems. Could be deemed too inappropriate. Don't know. And there could be many reasons of it. Or maybe they're a bit immature than the global ones, but again, just my opinion. And let's agree with this, we all hate it about censorship. And censorship in video games, especially gacha games, is a complex issue. Could be, as it aims to protect certain audiences from potential harmful content like extreme violence or explicit material or sexual content, to all coomers out there. Now, to answer to that question earlier, yes, but it depends on the context and perspective. For me personally, I find censorship to be reasonable and necessary for the younger audience, because that includes mature ones, as it can help maintain public morality in different cultural contexts and perspectives. However, censorship can also restrict creativity, freedom of expression, and weakens the artistic vision of game developers. So, I guess balancing the needs to protect audiences with the desire to preserve creative integrity is crucial. But the reception can be very dependently, as long as you're responsible and open as a consumer. Well, nothing long so far, but yeah, I guess that includes everything. So, thank you all so much guys for watching, and I hope you find this video valuable and a bit entertaining, I guess. Well, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you won't be missed on any future uploads and live streams. And if there's anything that you'd like to share about this topic or anything that you'd like to correct about my statement or my overall opinions about just today's video, let me know in the comment section below, and I'd love to have a discussion with you. That's about it. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.